Okay, hey YouTube. All right, I'm Dr. Wanda, and today I'm sitting actually with Francis Cernunu, and this was one of the teachers that my daughter. I had the blessing to find him. I was looking for an art teacher that could teach her when I put her in school here in Ghana. This was back the first time we were here, and her sister mom suggested Francis Cernunu, and I put her under his tutelage, and she grew. I don't know how much she grew with art because she's who she is, but he definitely gave her the best opportunity to explore expression in that format. So I saw a few weeks ago where he did some face painting for some kids, and I mentioned on the thread on Facebook that I liked it, so he came here to face paint me. So this is my first time ever being face painted, and as he was beginning this process, he began to share with me what face painting actually is. So I want him to share what that is, and then we're going to talk about a few more things with this process. All right, sir.
Okay. My name is Francis Nunu. I'm a visual artist, a product of Ghana National College of Art and Design, Ghanata. I'm currently a creative art tutor at Oprah Winfrey Academy, Tema Newtown, Ghana. I will first of all go straight by letting people know what face painting is all about. Face painting falls under body art. And when we talk of body art, it's a kind of artworks done on the body, whereby the body is being used as the canvas. You know, we have canvas where paintings are being done on. And then those kind of canvases, we refer to them as surface or support. So when it comes to face painting or body art, we don't need support. We take the human body as the support. And then face painting has its own unique history. And then as I said earlier on, you know, with the body art, we have so many types. We have tattoo as one.
I got tattoo.
Yes. Wow. We have piercing as another one. We have the face painting itself. We have scarification or scar, like
he
mine.
He painted on my scar,
okay. Yeah, like mine. So we have the scar also. We have even pleating of hair, like what my mom has just done. These are all part of body art. But today I'm privileged to have one of my unique face painting on my mom's face, and I'm happy because she said that's the first time ever that she has able to have a face painting on the face.
And listen, part of the reason it's my first time is that I didn't want it to just be sort of play. Okay. I feel like with body art, it should be an expression of yourself, an extension of your spirit or your spirit energy. And so when I was seeing face painting, they were doing, beautiful artists, never get it twisted, but they were doing images or symbols that I don't relate to, or I thought was a mismatch for my spirit. Okay. So when Sir Nunu came, we talked about a couple of things. I asked him what he felt my spirit animal was, and I was really proud. He said lion. So, but and I agree on some level, but I actually have spent so much time on this continent. Like, my heart is so invested, and not in just Ghana, in the continent of Africa, in the motherland. And so I wanted the continent on my face.
Okay. And then when it comes to this body art, as my mom just said, everybody has its own unique reason of depicting a scene on the face or an image on the face. You know, people just depict those scenes or those images just for fun. And that's one aspect of the face painting. You know, especially when two teams are playing among themselves. You know, let's say Manchester and then Liverpool. You see these supporters having the logo or the actual image or the symbol of the club painted on the face. And that clearly shows that this so and so person belongs or supports this particular team. And that's one aspect of it. Others also does it purposely for medicinal purpose. Okay. Others also have this kind of body art for protection. You know, when they are going for wars and other stuff, when they visit, when they visit their fetish priest for protection, sometimes you just have to make some kind of what scars on them, and then they will just put some kind of concussions in it, which
Okay.
at the end of the day,
So go back, because you said something important. Some of this is for fun, which we know what that is. And you made the point of talking about sports teams, and we see it at carnivals and all that kind of stuff, even birthday parties. But some of it's for medicinal purposes. Talk to them about the medicine part of it. Why would somebody scar themselves for medicine?
We have, when it comes to the health issue, we have the spiritual aspect and then we have the physical aspect.
Okay.
Sometimes other people believe that if it is for, let's say, physical aspect, you can just go to the pharmacy and then get your drugs and blah blah blah, and then you are okay.
Right.
But when it happens which has to do with the spiritual purpose, you go way beyond the normal drugs.
Right.
So they have to attack whatever is affecting you spiritually.
Okay.
So that's where people go, and then they have to give them some kind of marks or some kind of scars.
Why is so much of the scarification in the face, though?
Actually, other people have this scarification on their faces. Also, during the slave trade, we have the black Americans. When our forefathers normally gives our siblings out, they have some kind of perception that when this person leaves home, they are going to find it very difficult to even identify him or her when he or she goes.
Okay.
Yes. So what they do is they give some kind of mark to identify them, that when they meet them outside Ghana in the very near future, they'll get to know that this person belongs to this so and so tribe.
So initially for us, it was a loving act.
Yes.
Because, when we got to the other end, they branded us.
Okay.
That they actually took that hot iron and branded. And on a lot of ways, that was a brutal act. Yeah, because not only are you talking about just the sheer pain of having that iron placed on the skin, but you're also talking about keloiding and just a disfigurement that wasn't pleasing to the individual that suffered it. But move us forward. What else?
Okay, so as I was saying, so when you meet someone out there with this particular mark like mine, it shows that I belong to the Fanti tribe.
Okay.
So as soon as I get to the States, anybody who belongs to the Fanti tribe, as soon as the person sees this mark, will get to know that this is my brother, or this person belongs to so and so tribe. And then it comes with so many kind of styles. Others have 5, others have 10, especially when it goes to the northern part of Ghana.
Okay.
Theirs is not like mine. They can start all the way from here.
But when you see the various styles, yes, that they belong to. I got you.
Yes, and then apart from being used as identification purpose, it has its own spiritual aspects. Like mine, for example. Mine is more like a protection.
Okay.
Do you get? Mine is more like protection because according to the history, one of my siblings was actually facing some kind of health challenge, and it is believed that because I'm close to that sibling, it is likely that that kind of health issue can easily be transferred to me spiritually. Okay. So they have to give me that mark to protect me, so that in case if there's anything like that, it will not. That was their belief system. Because I don't think if it will happen now, I will sit for them to just give me this mark, because
you got some control over it now.
Yes, I'm just going to see the kind of pain that I'll be going through. So they normally do this.
Do you remember when you were working with Scar?
No.
You don't even remember
I think by then I was a child. So
wow.
If they should have done it today, and I'm aware that they're going to give me this kind of scar, I don't think I will be in the house. Okay. I will just run away. Because looking at the kind of pain, and we thank God that of late such things actually is reducing. Okay. Because it is likely you will not be seeing more people with this kind of.
Well, I don't know. I think some of it, from what I've learned in just my travels, that some of the scarring, and particularly with black skin, is because, like, even with our tattoos, the darker you are, the colors fade. Whereas when you use the markings, they still stay there. And they do get kind of elaborate with dots and a combination of things. So I think it depends on whether groups are still holding on to those systems or whether they're not.
And some are still even in this 21st century, some are still holding on to that particular act.
You seem like you don't like it as much.
Oh, for me, for now I can say I don't like it much, but I don't know what would have happened if they had not
done
this kind of match for me.
And I had told Sir Nunu that part of my happiness being here is that I've always had this burn on my jaw. That's what that is. He painted on it so you can't see it, and it extends to this portion of my lip. And so even in all my pictures, I could always see it. And they said, you're a cute little chubby girl or whatever, but it always kind of bothered me. And so I came to the continent, and I've run into various Africans who had scarring in the U.S. and and a little piece of me felt like it was just like they messed up their face. Why would you put that on your face and you messed up your whole face? And then I got here and I felt such peace because I ran into so many versions of the scarring, and I was like, wow, I finally fit. Like it's okay. No one has ever asked me what that is. Whereas in the U.S., I was constantly at different times, especially in my adolescence, being teased about it or being asked what it is, and nobody really gives two rats tails about it, and they don't see it as like a lowering of my attractiveness. So I felt kind of joyous about having the mark. Now I feel like the mark, is special. So, it kind of saddens me to hear like you wonder, but he got his marking for a different reason though. Sure. Me, I rolled out the bed. My mother had a mattress that was on the floor, and I was a quiet baby, could maintain myself easily, so she didn't bother. And I rolled into the radiator, then those radiators would be hot and steam, and I rolled and I burned my face. So that's how I got mine.
Now, to me, I can say that you got yours through an accident.
Yes.
So sometimes it is not always that you see people with mark that depict that maybe they were going through some kind of challenges. That's why they give them. Some of them actually got the mark as a result of accidents.
Right. And
then it got to a point in time when these people grow up and they realize they don't like that particular mark. What they do is they go for surgery.
Right.
And then some also, that's where they take advantage of the body art. So instead of leaving the mark there, they'll just find a nice way of having a tattoo to cover
to convert it.
Yes, to just get rid of that particular mark instead of going for surgery. So everybody has its own unique reason behind this body art. But we have the permanent type, and then we have the temporary one. The temporary one is the one that normally gets faded.
Right.
Okay, you can just easily get rid of it. But the permanent ones, the only way you can even get rid of it is through surgery, or probably find a nice way of getting rid of that particular mark using any of the body art
and the other reason I've enjoyed the body art and never like even phantom having surgery or whatever is that there's something about the aging experience and storytelling in the face. And so it's I've sat with people who just explained just what was happening in their face, everything from scarring to surviving cancer to trying to get something done, and then, the residue of a chemical, what it left behind. So I think there's something beautiful in a person being able to tell the story just through the face. And so this is part of the reason I don't have, a fear of age marks, or people have said, you should get those moles removed. But no, they tell a little bit of a story too. As long as they're not cancerous, like I really don't really bother them, because I just think it tells that journey from my early 20s and late 30s to now 40s and 50s. Yeah, and that's beautiful that I'm even here to even still tell it.
Wow. So the story aspect is also one major reason why people have this kind of tattoos and body art. Sometimes it do happens as a result of the relationship other people have with some of their relatives, especially this kind of bond relationship between a mom and a dad.
Yeah.
So sometimes you will have the children depicting or having the name of their parent or a particular unique scene depicted on the body. Some even go to the extent of even drawing the image of
the actual face. We've seen a lot of that.
Person, on the body, and that one is permanent. So sometimes you can't get rid of it.
This is Gia's foot. This is this is her baby foot, her infant foot.
Really?
And I've always regretted that I put her foot I put her foot on me because this is my last baby, and she literally keeps her foot on me. I said, "Oh my God!" We never separated. We're super bonded. But I said that girl literally keeps her foot on me.
Okay, wow, very, very interesting. So you see, anybody who doesn't have this kind of mindset will just think that this is just for fun. But you see, there's a great story behind whatever you have.
And
there.
I gave her a spiritual. This is how I see it. Okay, that I gave her a spiritual strength that I didn't mean to. Like she lived with we're and I love her. Don't get me wrong, but I can feel where this child. I have 4 children. She's the last one.
Wow.
She has a position with me that the other 3 just don't have, and I think it's because I marked it. I think it's because I marked it. So yeah, these storytellings, these spiritual bonds. There's a soul tie there through this footprint.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I think it's nice, and then we shouldn't sometimes get people wrong when we see them with tattoos.
Get mad at them.
Yes,
yeah.
Other people get mad at such people.
That's not professional.
And then sometimes we the ones that even have tribal marks and things on our face, sometimes people just take advantage and they make fun of us.
Yeah, they do.
But I have this particular artwork which I've titled it Scars of Survival. Looking at what I've been through, that maybe probably you have seen it, and then you are just trying to make fun of if it had happened to you. I don't think you'll be surviving. So some people go through a whole lot of things that when they see the scar, it even reminds them, and that's the main reason why sometimes people even have that kind of good heart to bless other people.
Yeah. Because
when they see what has happened to them, or when they see what they've been through, you see, it reminds them that God has been so faithful. Yeah. So if they see other people, they need to try and then be a blessing. See, based on this, other people also see those kind of marks, and then they don't even want to associate with these people. They see those people as some kind of wayward, stubborn stuff. You see, I believe that get close to people and get to know the brain behind whatever they have.
That mindset, he's saying that mindset behind it actually matters more than physically what you're looking at. Yeah, what was the thinking behind it?
Because some people don't have marks on them. I'm not trying to promote whatever, but because this is an individual, something, yes. Some people have this kind of marks for a main reason. And for you to get to know the reason, unless you get closer to these people,
you won't know.
Just staying far and then judging them, I think is something that we need to. So art itself is one of the best things that we can all use to communicate ideas, share our stories and other stuff with people. That's why in my own humble way, I'm trying my possible best, especially in our schools, to make sure that they hold art in high esteem. You see, other people see art as something else, and as a result of that, they don't even encourage their kids.
They don't encourage them, and they don't identify that that's a gift.
You see,
that a lot of it's gifting.
Sure. See, and then some of the schools, I don't know. Some of the schools, I don't know. You go to schools, they have this ICT lab, they have this science lab, but they will never even think of setting up a creative studio for this case. So I see it to be like, at the end of the day, all these kids sometimes grown up and then become that kind of book knowledge people, where they can't even use their hands to create something. So if these people grow up and they are not able to secure a job, they turn into something else.
It's interesting that you say that, and as we wrap this up, because art has been so instrumental in therapy. Just tremendous, because there's a whole level of young people, I'll stick with young people at this point, who have suffered trauma, and they actually don't have the words. So I like books, I like language, I like words, but a lot of it's required that they actually be able to express themselves in another format, and a lot of it does come through images, through drawing, through pencil, even through physical expression. Some of them, as much as we don't like to accept it, but even cutters are cutters don't cut to die, okay? They cut to live. They cut so that they can release pressure and actually, let people know like what's building up in them, they're trying to release it. And so people who have a history of that, of self-mutilation, which I'm not calling that art, but I'm saying that it leaves a certain type of scarring behind, that we need to be able to talk to them and say, hey, what happened with you? And a lot of those people who survive it are able to actually offer therapy to folks who are beginning to go through it. So what Sir Nunu was saying about the importance of art is really, really, we really need to take it serious. And then we need to respect that actually we've been using it and enjoying it freely forever. So Sir Nunu,
and then let me also use
give my viewers your final words.
Let me use this opportunity to really thank Dr. Wanda and then Dr. Reka. Even though I've taught in many schools in my community, I've not had opportunity to enjoy virtual class.
Yes.
And this year was awesome. I had the opportunity to handle the creative arts when it came to the virtual art class, and then I'm so happy and grateful for giving me such a wonderful opportunity. And then one thing I can't even talk about is that one of my heart desire is to make sure I get an art community, art studio.
He should talk about it.
Yes.
This is to talk about it.
Yes.
He wants an art community. You want an art school or an art center.
Community studio.
Yeah, studio.
Where it will be open to every child. Okay, all the children in my community can have access to this particular studio to just express their inner feelings. Because in my community we don't even have one. And then most of these schools also don't have art studio. So you teach these children, and sometimes even where the children should even sit to produce the artworks,
they don't have what they need.
So it doesn't even encourage the parents to even buy the art materials for the children to use. So I think I'm still trusting God that this community studio will
I trust God, but I also believe that once you tell the Father what you want, you activate. I think, we need to put a lot of emphasis on acts. So folks out there, if you like what you're listening to, if you're interested in a community art center, please write to me, in the comment section, and I'll make sure that all that good stuff gets to Sir Nunu. He has been really, really instrumental in helping me with some of the projects that I do here. So I would love to bless him and help him with that. And if you're an artist out there and you know some opportunities, grants, any sort of, people that want to do in-kind donations, please say something, because there's a lot of artistic talent in Ghana with the young people, and they do need that assistance in order to be able to share and express that. I'm going to sign off. Thank you, Sir Nunu. I love my art. He doesn't know he's messed up. I'm going to be bugging him now. So at least once or twice, at least for sure for my birthday, I want something dashing on my face. And I'll talk to you soon.